Hi everyone, welcome back to Scrap in Scotland and welcome back to the shed. It's been a little while since I've done a video, guys. As anyone who's a regular to the channel will know, I have been out in Germany with the Tartan Army, which is the Scotland football supporters group, and supporting the Scotland football team in the Euros in 2024. What I would say, guys, is what an absolute trip of a lifetime it was. Great friends, great company, great time. Pity the football wasn't so good. Scotland didn't do so well. But you know what? Experiences are experiences, and that was one of the best experiences of my life. Going through 2 weeks touring Germany in a camper van with 4 other friends was absolutely fantastic. But now, guys, I'm back, and we're back to scrap. Okay, so today, what I'm going to scrap is mini transformers. So as you can see, guys, all these transformers, they're of the small variety. Let me just pick one up so you can see in comparison. Okay, it's quite a small one, but there is lovely copper inside there, and that copper needs to be extracted. Got a slightly bigger one here, but again, when we're talking about transformers, it's still on the small size. Okay, as I say, these ones do all have the metal fins, or I's and E's, as you will hear them referred to. And we need to take these apart and get the copper out. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 small transformers. And let's see how much copper we can get out of them. But how are we going to get the copper out of them? Because pulling the fins apart on these things can take a lot of effort and a lot of time. So there needs to be a quicker way to do it. The method I'm going to use to do it is the meat cleaver chop. So this meat cleaver, as you can see, it's got a bit of damage to it because, well, I use it for this kind of thing. It's also probably a little bit warped and bent, but it does the damage and it cuts right through these bad boys with very little effort. Okay, so it should take us a little bit of time to get through all 15 of these, and then we can start pulling the copper out. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so I don't have a big steel plate. You see a lot of scrappers on their videos, they've got a nice big steel plate, 1/2 inch thick, 1/4 inch thick, and they use that to cut things in half, to smash on things. I don't have that, I just have a wooden bench. I actually did go to my scrapyard and ask them if they could sell me a bit of steel plate, and they didn't have any to sell me, which I thought was bizarre, but there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut through these transformers using the meat cleaver, and then we're going to pull out the copper. So first of all, we'll cut through them. Now, I am right-handed, and I'm showing you this left-handed, so I'm going to have to hold the meat cleaver with my left hand, which isn't always great, but get a little start. And now that we're in, we can just smash it through. So as you can see, it cuts it in half, and then we can just pull this piece out. But I'm going to cut them all in half first, and then I'm going to start pulling out the copper. Let's try it with a bigger one. Again, cuts right through, not a problem. It did need a few extra taps there, but as you can see, this one got caught up a little bit. Seems to have caught the fin. See if I can take this off and show you. So you can see that caught that on its way through, but still got through it, no problem. One bang in, and then split it. Just like that. So as you can see, just hit it in at the corner, like that, so you can split the fins apart a little bit, okay, and then you can start banging through it. And we're down to our final little transformer. Hitting the phone on the upswing of the hammer is not a good idea. And that, guys, is why I was a little bit cautious on the upswing and why I'm using a smaller hammer, because if I attach the camera to the bench, then the reverberation with the hammering, it distorts the camera, as you probably saw after the first couple of hits. So I had to change the angle of the camera and give you that kind of down view. So I've only used a small hammer. If I used a larger hammer, and I do have larger hammers, so something like that, for instance, that would take you through that in maybe a couple of taps, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you will comment saying use a bigger hammer, and you're absolutely right. Yeah, if you use a bigger hammer, then you will get through it quicker. However, I have limited space, and as I say, with the camera issues there, I was just showing you how you basically get through it with a meat cleaver, which is looking worse for wear now, and a hammer. Alright, so what have we got from that splitting? Well, we've got a lot of sections of transformer. So now we need to get all of this copper out of these transformers, okay? And I should just be able to pull these pieces out, and then it's a case of the messy bit, which is getting the actual copper out of it itself. So let's make a start on that. So now we've got our halves of transformers. Should be able just to push these little bits and push it out. And what I mean by pushing it out is just pushing the plastic piece inside out, like so. Okay, so that gives us our prepared steel. In America you use half prepared steel. I think in Canada as well you use prepared steel. Here it's just steel, okay? There's no different price for standard steel to prepared steel, so that just goes in our shred pile. But we'll keep that aside at the moment. And here is our little plastic copper piece. Okay guys, we're going to extract all the copper now from these halves of transformers, and I'll bring you back once that's all done. Pink copper. Still copper. Nice and solid, that one. Alright guys, so that's all the transformers taken apart. There was actually 16 transformers I had. I found another one, so I took that one apart as well. As you can see, all our shred metal here, all the plastic waste, and then our lovely little pile of copper. Had two of those little transformers that had pink copper in it, and again, that's just a coating. Yeah, so it is proper copper, it just has a pink coating on it. Okay, so next thing to do is just tidy this up, separate all this steel from the plastic, and then we can weigh it up. Just one note as well guys, it probably took me about 45 minutes I think to do these 15, and a lot of that is just because of the tape and taking the tape off, because a lot of the copper sticks to the tape, and obviously I want to remove as much of that as I possibly can. So it did take a little bit of time, but hopefully it's worth the effort, and we shall see when we weigh it up. Alright guys, going to weigh this up, so I'm going to put on an empty bucket, and then we're going to tear that out. And then we'll put on our steel, and our steel weighs 1 kilo 851.1 grams. That is 4 pounds 1.3 ounce. And our copper, I've got the right measure, is 431.4 grams, just under half a kilo. And that is 15.2 ounces. Okay guys, that's going to be it for another episode of Scrapping Scotland. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, then please do hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button as well. I would love to have you join the Scrapping Scotland family. And if you are a subscriber, then you can send me a quick email and ask me to send you out one of my new stickers. As you can see, lovely Scrapping Scotland stickers, and happy to send these out to anyone that's a subscriber to the channel. But for now, we'll see you next time on Scrapping Scotland. Bye for now.